Welcome to week 3 of intermediate yoga with Lidl moves for 20 by 20. My name is Sharon O'Connor and I'm excited to take you through this 20-minute practice. Before we begin, a reminder of your lovely props, which are here to support you throughout your practice. So your blanket, your stack of books, which is my block, and your cushions. To begin with, let's take a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. Maybe cross-legged like me, sitting up on your shins, maybe sitting on one or both of your cushions. When you have found your comfortable seat, placing your palms facing upwards or downwards on your thighs or on your knees, and very gently closing your eyes. When we take some time like this in the middle of our days or at the end of our days and we settle and we find calmness, often our thoughts come in and they think there is now a time for them. So if you find your mind is racing or there are many thoughts from your day coming into your head, just envision yourself standing on your favorite street or your favorite road. Start to watch your thoughts drive by. Some of your thoughts may be cars, some may be buses, other may be bikes. But watch them pass you by as you stand on the street, separating yourself from the many thoughts that may be flooding into your head now. They'll drive by slowly, but they won't stop. They can pass by again and you can engage with them. But for now, you'll simply watch them pass by. It is with that clarity and that power over our thoughts that will open our practice. Gently blinking your eyes open and starting with our slow and conscious shoulder roll, engaging your core and gently raising those shoulders right up to your ears and exhaling those shoulder blades all the way down, encouraging them to touch your sit bones. Keeping that core engaged, giving yourself a nice, strong, sturdy foundation here. Now gently and only moving your neck in this movement, lowering your chin to your chest. From here, if comfortable, just sweeping your right ear up towards your shoulder, pausing here for a breath, and then gently coming back with your chin through center and over to the left. And just doing a few of these very slow, conscious semicircles, starting to open up your neck. Pausing with your chin to your chest, and then gently bringing your gaze back up forward. Nice and slowly now making your way onto your back. When you reach lying down, placing your feet at mat width and just starting a nice windshield wiper movement from side to side. Option to place your fingertips on your hip points. Pausing and lowering the soles of your feet back down to the mat, hugging that right knee in, and then placing your right ankle on your left thigh, flexing that right ankle. So you're coming into a nice figure 4 stretch here. Maybe you place your right palm on your right knee, just encouraging it a little bit further outwards and intensifying the stretch. Option to interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. If you do so, both feet are now flexed and your left shin is parallel with the earth. Option to lower your shoulder blades back down to the mat and maybe lengthen that left foot up. It's like you're trying to stand on the sky. Taking a few breaths here in your figure 4. Both feet are flexed, encouraging that right knee outwards. Gently coming back to a parallel left leg with the earth. Releasing those hands and lowering that left sole back down to the mat. Releasing that right foot back down to the earth. Feet as wide as the mat, and just maybe going through a few of those windshield wiper sways from side to side. Coming to stillness now, hugging your left knee into your chest, placing the left ankle, which is flexed, on your right thigh, avoiding your knee here. So it could be close to your knee, but not on your knee. Again, placing your left palm on your, on or around your left thigh, your left knee, and just encouraging a little bit more distance there between your knee and your torso. Option here to interlace your fingers behind your right thigh, flexing both feet now, lowering your shoulder blades to the earth, and finally lengthening that right foot up high to the sky. It's like you're trying to stand on the sky with that right foot. Core is engaged here, strong arms, strong flex in those feet. Gently lowering that right foot down, releasing those fingers, and placing the sole of your right foot on the mat, followed by the sole of your left foot. And again, taking that nice sway out from side to side. Coming to stillness, and then slowly and gently making your way onto all fours. Giving yourself a nice strong foundation here. Your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. And as you inhale, arching your spine and looking up into cow. As you exhale, rounding your spine and tucking that chin in cat pose. Inhaling to arch, exhaling to round. Planting the tops of those feet on the earth as well, making them part of this motion. Coming to stillness here, lengthening the right foot out, coming onto the ball of that foot, and just gently rocking forward and backwards a few times. Just saying hello to the hamstring. Lowering that knee back down to the mat, coming onto the ball of your left foot. Gently rocking forward and backwards again. Lowering back onto that knee. Toes touching now, knees as wide as your mat, coming all the way down into our Balasana. We're going to make this a nice energized Balasana. So you're going to have all of the pads of your fingers, your knuckles fully engaged, trying to keep your elbows off of the mat if you can, and lowering your forehead down. On an inhale, lengthening your spine, and on an exhale, encouraging those sit bones towards your heels. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to lower. One last time. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to lower. Gently tucking your toes. Nice and slowly now, led by those hips, coming up into your first downward facing dog. Pedaling those feet out in your downward facing dog. Introducing this pose to your body. Finding stillness here for one nice deep breath. Then looking forward at your hands and taking a slow stroll to the top of your mat. When you get to the top of your mat, grabbing opposite elbows, taking a nice sway from side to side, maybe having a little bit of momentum in your sway. Swapping the cross of your arms, the non-habitual way now, and continuing to sway. Coming to stillness here, and very slowly and consciously, with a nice bend in your knees, rolling on up to standing. Your gaze is the last thing to come up, then gently rolling your shoulders back once when you reach standing. Coming to the top of your mat, we're just going to flow through our sun salutations. Inhaling the arms out and up, looking up. Exhaling out and down, Uttanasana. Inhaling palms to shins, looking forward, flat back. Exhaling palms back down. Inhaling your right foot back, your left foot joins it in a high plank. option to flow through your vinyasa here and meet us back in downward facing dog. One breath here in your downward facing dog. On your inhale, raising your right foot high to the sky. Exhaling to open up that hip, bend the knee, maybe rotating your ankle a few times in each direction. Trying to keep those shoulders aligned and engaging all of your fingers and the pads of your fingers and knuckles on the mat. Lengthening that foot out again, three-legged dog. Gently lowering it back down to the mat and inhaling to raise that left foot high to the sky. Exhaling to open up that hip, again bend the knee and start a small rotation with your ankle. Paying some attention to the alignment of your shoulders here. Then lengthening that foot again, three-legged dog, and lowering it back down to the mat. One breath here in your downward facing dog. Inhaling the right foot high to the sky, exhaling the foot between the hands. On your next inhale, raising your arms up and coming into a nice high lunge. Inhaling to lengthen that front leg, exhaling to rebend. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to rebend. Last time. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to rebend. Introducing a little bit of a bounce into that back foot with a nice engaged core, using that momentum, coming all the way up to the top of your mat, owning the wobbles here, engaging your core and balancing with your knee at hip height. On your next inhale, placing that left ankle on your right thigh, coming into our figure four, sitting into this nice pose, bending that right knee, palms together at heart center. Keeping a nice flex in that left ankle, avoiding your knee joint with the ankle, aiming for your upper or mid thigh. On your next inhale, bringing that knee back to hip height. And as you exhale, just gently coming all the way back into your high lunge again. Inhaling the arms up to frame your face. Exhaling your palms down to frame your front foot. And then kicking back into your three-legged dog. Gently lowering that right foot back down to the mat. Pausing here for a breath. Inhaling your left foot high to the sky. Exhaling the foot between your hands. And as you inhale, coming all the way back up into our high lunge. On your next inhale, lengthening that front leg. And then exhaling to rebend. And twice more. Taking one more breath here before gently coming all the way to the top of your mat. Settling yourself here, aiming to have your right knee at hip height. On your next inhale, using your hands to help that ankle, find your left thigh, coming into your figure four. Nice bend in that left knee, palms together at heart center. Keeping a flex in that right ankle, avoiding your left knee, keeping the ankle in your mid or upper thigh. On your next inhale, bringing that knee back to hip height, and then slowly and gently coming back into your high lunge. Inhaling those arms up to frame your face, exhaling palms down to frame your front foot, and then inhaling back to your three-legged dog with your left foot. Exhaling the foot back down to the mat and pausing for a breath in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, raising that right foot high to the sky, exhaling the foot between your hands, looking forward. Left foot joins your right at the top of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhaling the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhaling prayer to your heart center. Inhaling the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhaling out and down, Uttanasana. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhaling, palms down, left foot back into a lunge, right foot joins it in high plank. Option to flow through your vinyasa here and meet us back in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, coming onto the tips of the balls of your feet, and then gently lowering your knees down to the mat. Gently, just sway both feet out towards the left here, bringing your left knee around beside your right as we prepare for gate pose. If you've any sensitivity in your knees, now is the time to grab your blanket and just place it towards the top left of your mat, supporting your knees. We're going to have our books about 8 inches from our left thigh, our left knees, beside us. Elongating that right leg out and taking a second to adjust yourself here. We really want to encourage the outer edge of our right foot, the sole of that foot, onto the earth. So if that means you maybe need to lessen the distance between your left knee and your right foot, or if you need to shimmy that right foot forward a little bit, just take a second to make some adjustments so you can really feel the support of the outer edge of your right foot. Now on an inhale, raising those arms out and up. On your exhale, gently leaning over towards the right, core is engaged. Your right palm will find your right leg or maybe your right thigh. Feeling this really nice side body stretch on the left. If comfortable, looking up at your left arm and breathing into this stretch. Gently coming all the way back up through center. And now exhaling to find for your left palm to find your books. And gently using the support of your books. And again, maybe pausing for a second and changing the height. So you might not need as many, or you might need a few more, or maybe you don't need any at all. Gently leaning over towards the right, or towards the left, excuse me. And feeling this side body stretch on the other side. Looking up at that right forearm. Taking 3 nice deep breaths here. On an inhale, coming all the way back up through center. Exhaling all the way back down to the right. 1 breath here. Back through center, slowly and consciously, core engaged, coming all the way down towards the left. 1 breath as you look up at that right forearm. And gently coming back to center. Lowering both arms down, placing your knees back together, maybe taking a small little sway out from side to side, and then making your way towards the other side of your mat. This time we need room for our left leg to be elongated. So placing your books beside your right knee. Again, making sure you have your blanket under your knees if you need the support. And elongating that left foot. Again, a little bit of self-adjustment here to make sure that the outer edge of the sole of that foot is fully glued to the earth. A nice strong foundation here. On an inhale, raising your arms out and up. Then as you exhale, gently lowering down towards the left. And looking up at that right forearm. 3 breaths here. Gently coming back up through center. Placing your right palm down, finding the support of your books and pausing here to readjust. What height do you need? Do you need more height? Or are you comfortable with that right palm finding the earth? Breathing here, 3 breaths as you look up at that left forearm. Bring your attention to the outer edge of your left sole of your foot as well. Just again, encouraging it towards the earth, towards the mat. On your next inhale, coming all the way back up through center. And exhaling to lower down to the left, looking up at that forearm. Back up through center and slowly lowering down to the right. Back up through center now again, lowering both of your palms down and placing your left knee beside your right. Maybe taking a little sway out from side to side. If you were using your blanket, just removing it now from your mat, gently. Rolling over so your sit bones are on the mat and bringing yourself to lie on your mat. Nice and slowly, maybe supporting yourself as you come down, one vertebrae at a time. When you reach the mat, bringing the soles of your feet to the outer edges and gently swaying from side to side. Making this a really conscious sway here, acknowledging where you can feel your practice. Pausing here at center, lengthening your legs out, allowing them to fall out to the side, avoiding your props. Palms facing upwards beside your body. Gently allowing your eyes to close. Consciously scanning your body here to feel the impact of your practice. With every inhale, supporting and nourishing your muscles. With every exhale, allowing yourself to melt further into the support of the earth. Introducing some movement into your fingertips and your toes. Deepening your breath here. Keeping your eyes closed, gently rolling over onto your right side, using your right arm as a pillow. One breath here, and then slowly and consciously, again keeping your eyes closed, making your way up into a comfortable seated position. Closing our practice, mindful of the power we have over our own thoughts, and with gratitude to yourself for taking this time for you. The light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste.